Hi guys, welcome back to the Resinator. So today I'm going to do a UV project, which is obvious by everything that's on my desk, but I thought I'd do a bit of a review. So I bought a new coloured UV resin set, and this brand, and I'm probably not going to pronounce it at all well, is, I've got to find it now, Minley Bio or something like that. Anyway, it was really quite cheap. I think it was less than 20 quid, and it's a set of 18 different colours. Some of them are better than others. I've picked out some ones that I like, which we're going to use, and I'm going to use them with the Let's Resin bookmark frame set. I've been dying to get my hands on this, and I've had to wait until it was available in the UK. So I thought we would do, let's move that out of the way. I thought I'd do two. And I thought we'd do a couple of the flower ones. I haven't chose which ones I want to do though. So let's get out some of the flower ones. So in this set you get some frames with flowers in them, and then you get some plain ones, which the scope for doing all sorts of things, there's massive amount of things that you could do with those. So I'm going to save those ones for later, and I'm going to do a couple of the flower ones, I think. So I quite like that one, and I think I like that one because I can do them in different colours. So let's pop the rest of those away. I've got my tape already. Hopefully they're long enough. I've got a feeling that that one is not quite going to be long enough. It is, but it's tight. So we'll drop that one on there, and we'll drop that one on there, and then I'm going to use my polymer clay roller to try and get a good seal on the tape. I'm going to give it a go over with my fingers as well, especially around the flower bit, because that's where all the different colours are going to be. Oops. It probably will be easier to do this straight on the mat, but once I've put resin in them, I don't really want to move them. So I've got some little pots, because I think it's going to be easier for the flower bits, for me to pop some of the resin in a little pot and then dab it in with a micro brush. So let's just get a couple of those ready. Okay, so this is green, so let's do those leaves first. So I'm just going to put a little bit in there. Oh, look at that colour, that's nice. I'm not going to go too mad with it yet though. And I'm just going to get a little micro brush and drop it into there like that. Not sure if this is going to take one or two layers, but also some of those areas are going to be a little bit too fine for a micro brush. So I've got my silicone tool here, so I can just tease it up into the little pointy bits. I don't think that's meant to have any in there, to be honest. And I'm going to do the green on both of the bookmarks and then give it a cure before I continue on. These are great for anyone who's a fan of the like stained glass effect, which I absolutely love. I did do a stained glass window project right back at the beginning of the channel, and I'll put a link to that video in the description. It was way back when I first started the channel, and that was an into resin mould, and it was gorgeous. I might have to revisit that at some point because I've learned a lot since I did that project. This leaves a bit more fiddly. So I'm just popping it in, and then what I'll do is get a clean micro brush and just clean up any bits on the hardware before I cure it. And I'm going to cure it on both sides because I've probably gone a little bit thicker than I should have done. Right, let's just clean up this bezel a little bit. And let's get that into cure. So these have had a good cure. My lamp cures from both sides, so I just put it on for 300 seconds and it all seems to have cured quite nicely. I have had a little bit of a leak there, but it's only a tiny bit in the corner, so I'm not too worried about that. So we're going to go ahead and colour these now. We're going to do this one first, and for that I've chosen red and amaranth. Never heard of that colour before, might have to look that up. So I'm going to pop a little bit in there. Oh, that's nice. It's like a pinky purple colour. Okay, we'll go with that. And at first glance, these UV resins, the colours are really quite good. I wasn't holding out much hope really, because like I say, it really didn't cost very much, this set, and there's 18 colours. And I thought, well, we'll give it a go. Let's just give it a go. and so far I'm quite impressed. In the set there's a few different reds, you know, a couple of different reds, a couple of different blues, the usual black and white, and like I said, there's 18 in the set, which is a lot. The bottles aren't quite as big as the Let's Resin set. And I've managed to spill a little bit in there, and it's not even a leak, it's user error, so let's get that out of there. And I think just to stop any leaks, what have I done with my torch? There it is. I'm just going to give that a little blast just while it's sitting. Actually, I think that might be a leak, you know. Just while I do some of the blue on this one. This one is blue violet. Let's go with the normal blue. Ooh, that's a nice blue. I'm going to go alternate bluebells, I think. These bluebells, or they're foxgloves? I think they're bluebells. So let's give that a cure, and then we'll come back and put the final colour in the flowers. These are done, so let's have a look. Oh, cool. So that was the normal blue. Need to make sure I'm using a different colour for this. Blue violet. Let's see. Hopefully it's different to the other blue. You never know. So let's pop a little bit in there. Oh yeah. Oh, that's nice, and it's really pigmented by the looks of that as well. That's a really lovely colour. I wouldn't say it's blue violet, it's more like a proper purple. But it is gorgeous. It's quite difficult to get it in these little ones. I might give the blue ones a little bit more as well while I'm here. think I've overdone that one. Let's see if I can get a little bit out. That's better. Quick blast with my torch. I think I'm going to pop a little bit more blue in here. I'm getting overrun with cups and things now. Let's move that out of the way. And then red for the last bit of the, I think they're tulips, aren't they? Oh, that's a nice red, but it's not, it doesn't look as transparent as the others, but that's fine. We'll go with it. I actually really like this red. So I'm just going to pop these in for another cure, and then we will come back for the final stage. These are cured now, so it's time for the final stage. And all I'm going to do for this bit is fill the negative space that's left with clear, and for that I'm going to be using high viscosity J. Diction UV resin, and then I might pop a little bit of Celeste glitter just in the top there and try and feather it out a little bit. So let's do it. Let's see how quickly I can ruin this now. Don't want too much, just a little hint. I'm literally just dipping the end of my silicone tool with a little bit of the resin on it into the glitter, just to get the tiniest bit on. And I actually think that that is enough. So let's pop the lid on there. And I do want to check for any bubbles. So I'm going to give it a quick going over with my lighter, which really needs gas. I'm not actually sure if I need to put any more in that, but I'm going to cure that as it is, because I could always, if there's room, I can always do another layer. So let's pop that in, give that a cure, and then I'll do the other one off camera, and then I'll come back and show you the finished bookmarks. So these are done now. Let's get them out and have a look. So we're going to take them off the tape. Which is noisy. I actually really love that. There's a little bit of tape residue on the back, which will come off with a little bit of alcohol. I actually really love these. I've gone over a little bit on some of the metal there, but I'm not too worried about that. I actually love them. So to finish these off, we're going to pop in a couple of little tassels. And all you do with these, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do it with gloves on, or at all. There we go. Is thread it through, and then pass the tassel bit through the loop and pull. There we go. Don't know why I found that one easier. So there we go, tuck it through and pull. So I'm going to bring these up so you can have a look. I actually love them. I really love them. I have got a little bit of leakage on the red there, but I'm not worried about that. And there is the bluebell one, or foxglove, I'm not sure which. If you know which that is, pop a comment in. But I'm really happy with those. So impressions on the kit is actually brilliant. My only complaint about it is that I think the tassels that come with it, the colours are a bit pants. I think there could be some brighter ones in there. They're quite muted. But the bezels themselves are gorgeous. I like how there's some plain ones so you can do your own thing in them. But they're just really lovely. They're not too thick, so they should go in a book perfectly well. And they're really easy to make. Even if it's your first time with UV resin, I think you'd probably find it really, really easy. So great value for money. I think you get 10 or 12 in the kit. Not sure. I'm just looking, but it doesn't say anywhere. I think you get five of these and 5 of the plain. So I'm going to say 10 for now. But the kit is absolutely brilliant, and I really wouldn't expect anything else from Let's Resin, because they always really think their products through. And then we move on to the coloured UV resin kit. I'm actually really pleasantly surprised, because the colours have come out great, especially the red, which is always tricky. And you get lots of colours in the kit, and they're really pigmented. I really thought they'd be wishy-washy and rubbish, but the quality of them is actually really good, and they weren't expensive at all. So links to everything will be down below, and of course the gorgeous Celeste glitter, which is really, really fine, so it just gives a little bit of a delicate sparkle. It's nothing that's too in your face. So yeah, I'm really happy with how those have come out. So if you like what I'm doing, please pop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. It's a couple of little clicks, it's free, and it really helps me grow the channel. Links to everything that I've used in this project will be down in the description, along with links to my Amazon wishlist and to buy me a coffee. My store is also located at the same place as the Buy Me a Coffee, and there should be a QR code popping up for that. Down below underneath the video there's also buttons to join the channel as a member and the super thanks buttons. I do put out members first content, and anything that comes in from all of those, the channel membership, the super thanks, the buy me a coffees and the Amazon wish list, it all goes straight back into the channel. Thank you to all of my members. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate the support that you give me. And thank you to my subscribers. Your likes, your comments, watching my content, it's fantastic that you keep coming back for more. So thank you everybody that comes back to my channel. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and all that's left to say is thank you everyone, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care guys. Bye.